Hello, good morning, welcome to the National Basketball Arena. Longford Falcons against Oblate Dynamos. It's the first of the Pink Weekend games from the Women's National League. Longford's in possession and in blue. Oblate Dynamos in red, the defending playoff champions. That was Samantha Massey with the block. Katie Black with the three-point attempt. And that one's just too tall for her. So that's Longford Falcons off the mark. Two from two. Here's Katie Black to Samantha Massey. And she missed from one baseline but made it from the other, and that is the lead back for Oblate Dynamos. Now 3-2 the score, and there is 8:15 left to go in this first quarter. Emer Dooley here. It's inside for Adele Larkin. Larkin turns it over. It's with Oblates on the fast break. And a good bank shot layup there. Alison Keach. It's back with Dooley for Falcons. 5-2 the score. Ball turned over. On the break is Aisling Green. Green inside for Dooley. Dooley hits the deck. Slow enough to get up there. Fair bang. And just a little team huddle for Dynamos under the basket there as Emer Dooley plans to shoot for the line. That's the size level. So 6:25 to go in this first quarter. And I think it's fair to say neither side just quite up to the pitch of the game just yet. Coming in for Dynamos will be Shannon Farrell, with Alison Keach making way. Welcomed onto the court by Selena McMahon. And there's a press on from Dynamos here. They think they can keep Longford Falcons pinned back, but try telling that to Emer Dooley, who finds Sarah Madden. Back with Dooley. Inside, a good off-the-ball movement from Adele Larkin, but she's well marshalled there by Selena McMahon. Zip of a pass inside for Dynamos, and it's a miss there for Shannon Farrell. Back up the other end. Pace starting to be injected, but the turnover is going with it. And it's Katie Maloney now. Pulls back and finds McMahon. This is Black. For Shannon Farrell inside. Good basket, Oblate Dynamos. They lead 7-5 now with 5:30 to go in the first quarter. And not too much pressure on Katie Maloney as she makes her way up court. You get the impression as well that Falcons know that Katie Black is going to just track that three-point line, and it's allowed them to up their defense elsewhere. And it's a good combination there between Michelle Hannafy and the basket for Aisling Green. It makes the score 7-all with 4:55 to go in the first. Keeping the rotation up is Terry Staunton for Oblate Dynamos. That's Gina McKenna taking a seat. And I think it's Jasmine Vonik who's in. And this is Vonik on the ball. It's back inside for Selena McMahon. Baseline 3 for Katie Black. And Adele Larkin did grab the rebound for Falcons, but also conceded the inbounds for Oblate Dynamos. 7 apiece, 4:32 to go in the fourth. That's a swish of a 3 from Katie Maloney, and it brings Oblate Dynamos tally into double figures. And it's stolen again. That was Katie Maloney who pulled up for the bank shot. Aisling Green trying to get her drive on. I'll be disappointed with that one. There's another chance of a break, except for the fact that Michelle Hannafy says no thanks. We'll keep the ball. To find Dooley in the corner. That's a timeout called with 3:53 to go in the first quarter. Oblate's called the timeout, leading by 10 points to 7. So we're back in action. And Emer Dooley with the first opportunity to narrow the gap. That's good passing from Oblate Dynamos, but it was one pass enough to give Adele Lark the chance to get in. Ball's kicked out for Yasmin Vonik. And I think it's fair to say the only place that this game is scrappy is directly in under the basket, which is the one place you want it to be scrappy. You want your players fighting for the ball. And Adele Larkin is in there using all that wingspan of hers to block up the passing lanes. In the corner is Katie Maloney over the top. Back with Michelle Hannafy. Hannafy finds Dooley. Dooley across, a deep 2 attempt up from Aisling Green. And again, Falcons waiting in the half court. First to greet Dynamos is Aisling Green. And they force the travel through Jasmine Vonik. As if our referees weren't handsome enough, they're not only muscle tops they're wearing, but they're Breast Cancer Ireland muscle tops they're wearing today. They look quite the picture in pink. We're delighted to see it. And just adding to some of the atmosphere that's here this weekend. Two-hander from Ciara Carney comes back. But the rebounds picked up from Aisling Green for Michelle Hannafy for 3. The break is on through Shannon Farrell, who cuts back. Aisling Green was sniping around in there. That's a backcourt violation there. Here's Dooley for Hannafy. Just a one basket game early in this first quarter. There's 2:19 to go. Here's Black at speed. She will have to go herself. Basket won't count, but the foul will. So of Oblate's 10 points to date, 6 have come from 3-pointers, while half of Falcons' tally has come from the line. And that's not exactly the screen that Falcons were hoping for as Rena Devlin hits the deck. But she's back up and in possession, barking orders, like any good point guard should. Carney looks to get it away to Aisling Green. Green takes it inside. So just 90 seconds left to go in this first quarter. That's a good basket from Oblate Dynamos. Well played from Katie Maloney to get the pass off and make sure that she was still the right option when the ball came back. That's a 12-8 lead now. And an excellent response from Aisling Green. Farrell to Vonik. Rebound picked up from Selena McMahon, who looks like she's picked up a bit of a bang to the finger there and bringing that one down. And that's a third three-pointer of the quarter and the biggest lead we've seen in this game as Oblate Dynamos lead Longford Falcons 15-10 with 22 seconds to go in this first quarter. And Katie Black was very alert to the fast break option there. But it's team fouls that have given the real scoring opportunity here. Both sides now on 5 fouls for the quarter. And this is Jasmine Vonek who'll shoot for 2. And this lead is starting to build now for Oblate Dynamos. Of course, you would have last seen Dynamos via stream here at the National Basketball Arena back in January, where they played Portlaoise Panthers in the National Cup. Panthers, of course, playing in the Premier Division these days. And Oblate, by virtue of a cup final appearance and a playoff win, would be deemed one of the favourites for 2015-2016. Although they are missing their American from last year, Jennifer Morabito. And that's quite the chuck over the top for the attempted buzzer beater from Aisling Green. It doesn't go in. And it means now we're out to a 6-point deficit for Longford Falcons, who trail Oblate Dynamos 16-10 at the end of the first quarter in this Basketball Ireland Women's Division 1 fixture as part of the Pink Weekend of the National Basketball Arena. So the second quarter is underway. Devlin under pressure. But it's still with Longford. And Adele Larkin, who finds Devlin at the top of the key. Just beats the shot clock, but doesn't make the basket. And it's over the top with a bit too much pace on it for Jasmine Vonek. Of course, Longford Falcons still in search of their first win with life back in the National League. But they've been competitive in their outings to date and have not been without their troubles. Fairly natural teething problems, I think it's fair to say, and fair to understand too. Between injuries and coaching availability, it hasn't been an ideal start of the season for them. Bounce pass from Black to Samantha Massey. Massey's been in good scoring form in the last couple of games. She's featured in the top 3 scorers. There's a good move around the arc for Oblate Dynamos. Shot didn't go in though, so it's Rena Devlin. Had to kind of give herself a bit of screen there to get the pass away. Pass inside. And Longford are struggling up against Shannon Farrell and Selena McMahon inside. They're doing some good work on defense. And here they are on offense. This is Massey from the top of the key. It's a good little runner there for an 18-15 lead. 18-10 lead, sorry. Well, that was improvised from Longford Falcons. And that indecision actually ended up buying Ciara Carney just that little bit of time to make the 2-pointer. That's a big response from Dynamos though. Yasmin Vonik. Devlin on the break. Shannon Farrell just had to stand her ground and Devlin called for charging there. Double substitution for Oblate Dynamos as Sharon Whelan and Alison Keach check back into the game for Selena McMahon and Jasmine Vonik. It's picked up by Longford Falcons. Adele Larkin, who's done a lot of work on defense today. Katie Black just standing her ground. Devlin inside for Larkin. Ciara Carney fighting for the rebound. It's spilled off court. So here's Sharon Whelan for Oblate Dynamos. Nice impact off the bench. 2 bounces of the ball and 2 points following shortly afterwards. And that's a double-digit lead now for Oblate Dynamos with 6:45 to go to the half in this Women's Division 1 clash at the National Basketball Arena. Bang to the face there for Sarah Madden. And you can see there's one or two players missing for Falcons today that would be making a big difference to them. We've seen Mary Claire Stakelum on the score sheets in a prominent way in the last couple of rounds, but she's not here yet for Longford Falcons. So there is 6:38 to go in this second quarter. Oblate Dynamos leading by 10 points. And Black for Whelan. That last combo earned 2 points. This time it goes across to Samantha Massey. Katie Black is waiting on the other baseline, but it mightn't come inside because Shannon Farrell was just timed her little dash just right there to take her under the basket. And Dynamos into a 12-point lead. And Dooley went for the pass option instead of the shot, and now she finds herself backtracking as Whelan and Black look to hit Falcons on the break. Whelan to Massey. Massey again heads for the top of the key. That one's short from Peggy Black. Sarah Madden now counters for Longford Falcons. Devlin to her left. Dooley presenting on the right. She went with Devlin. Might end up with Dooley just yet. But for now it's Adele Larkin and Alison Keach doing a good job of keeping Larkin out of action, and the 24-second clock has buzzed. It's a red ball with 5:25 to go in the second. Back in the game for Oblate Dynamos, Regina McKenna. Good steal there from Longford Falcons. See what they can do with this as Ciara Carney breaks down court. She found Emer Dooley, but Emer Dooley's gone down hard there with a bang to the face. But the game goes on. Sarah Madden made the block. Well, that Longford Falcons fast break just didn't get a chance to get going as Dooley hit the deck. And that one had a chance for Georgina McKenna, but it hasn't gone in. Double scores now at the arena. Good ball over the top for Dooley, who tried to find Ciara Carney and did. But it's a robust defense from Oblate Dynamos. And I don't think there's a doubt that Longford Falcons aren't in a position to compete at this level. But whether or not it will take them time to adjust to increase in pace, an increase in fitness, an increase in physicality. That's 1 from 2 there. Ross puts his head down to change the scoreboard, looks back up, sees he has to put the head back down and change it again. And you can see how Falcons retreat into that zone. Just gives Dynamos that little bit of extra time to set up and get it right. And that was a bit of a chucker from Emer Dooley. 3:53 now to go. Whelan tries to fire that one at Shannon Farrell. Keach hits Massey And of course Massey made the basket because it wasn't going to count. 3:38 to go. Dooley has a little bit more time for this one. But it still comes back down to a red hand. And Ciara Carney's been pinged for that one. That's her third personal foul. Shannon Whelan for the deep two. That's a good outlet pass. And a better one again for Longford Falcons. Travel called on Aisling Green. And there just have been moments like that where Falcons have threatened and it just hasn't gone their way. Good attempt there from Keach under pressure. And of course, in terms of experience on this court, probably the Longford player with the most recent experience would be Aisling Green. She was MVP for Sculwera Longford in the under-19B Girls All-Ireland Schools League final here at the arena back in the spring. 23 points she scored that day, but she was on the losing side. It was Mercy Mountalk who won that game 57-43. Another shot clock violation for Longford Falcons. It's not going their way, and it's still double scores for Oblate Dynamos. And whilst it's clear the Dublin side are in control of this game, you do get the sense that just that small smidgen of luck and one or two possessions to go their way would have Longford both back in this game and feeling like they're back in this game, as Peggy Black misses the first of her two attempts from the free throw line. That was very nearly a cheap score for Longford Falcons to concede as Aisling Keach nipped in there on the rebound. Dooley takes it on herself. She had to be strong there. Didn't get much change out of it. And if you were lip reading what Emer Dooley just said, you'd have probably called a timeout for them too. Longford Falcons with 1:56 to go in this Women's Division 1 clash of the National Basketball Arena. Trail Oblate Dynamos 26-13. Longford Falcons on team fouls now. They have made the decision to withdraw here currently on 3 fouls.
First one good.
Green spins. Kept that left leg planted and waited for the pass to open up, and it came through Dooley. Finds Hannafy. Hannafy's being trapped. Dooley's trying to help her out with the screen.
27-13.
That particular shot. Goes again. She's playing in determined mode today.
51 seconds.
Basketball while in hoarding is going to take a bit of damage. Katie Moran in a good sit here to. That's a great basket from Oblate Dynamos. Shot fire down the kitchen side for a 13 lead, 35 seconds to go in the half. All 5 players have gone, nothing to the bottom. Oblate Dynamos. This is Marshall Longford. Massive stitch there. 15 seconds to go. 12. On the shot clock. It's down to 6. Need to get something up. That could be Longford Falcons. Got up the basket to Sarah Nash. Got that one away. Half time in national basketball arena.
Extra appreciation to both teams. Falcons 29.
Women's
Falcons
13.
13.
As part of a pink weekend action in the breast cancer round. It's the Dublin Nursery lead, Oblate Dynamos 29, Longford Falcons 13. Join us again in 10 minutes time, the second half. this game in a huddle. Team says 1, 2, 3 work. That was Longford Falcons. One team says 1, 2, 3 team. That was Oblate Dynamos. We will need plenty of good stuff like that. Super stuff there, we're saying. Plenty of stuff like that if we're to get back into this game. Dynamos, they know that they'll need to stick. So we're back underway here at the National Basketball Arena. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Third quarter, I should say. And it's Oblate Dynamos 31. Longford Falcons 15. From our position here in the gantry, we could just about get in. Ha That's a basket there for Longford Falcons, bringing the gap back to 14 points. But from our position here in the gantry, we could hear the huddles below us. Terry Staunton was saying to his crew, 1, 2, 3 team, because that's really when they've done well in this game, is when they've been linking well together. For Longford Falcons, the message was 1, 2, 3 work. I think it's fair to say they're not short on effort, but they need to exhaust every option they can to get back into this game trailing such as they do. Here's Dooley. She's been very typical of the work rate that's gone in, but she's had to work so hard just to get shots away in the paint. There's always the likes of a Shannon Farrell or a Katie Maloney or a Selena McMahon waiting in there to cut them down. And happy enough to do the same at the other end. Travel called on McMahon. And Aisling Green has done enough to win possession. Ball was cut out by Gina McKenna. They are a hard-working team, aren't they, Oblate Dynamos? Maloney and Black combining on the right side. Waiting on the weak side was Georgina McKenna, came back. That is a superb basket for Katie Maloney. Score of the game, I think you'd have to say so far. And the 1, 2, 3 team ringing in the ears of the Dynamos players as they came back out on court for this third quarter of the pink weekend clash. McKenna back over to that 3-point scorer, Katie Maloney. This is back with Black. We had the perfect angle on that shot, not to get too excited about it. And Sarah Madden will be disappointed with that runner, but it didn't count for them. And that was Maloney trying to capitalize on the hot streak. It's good work right here from Falcons. Getting out to those 3-point shots, which they need to do. It's really what's been punishing them today. There's 19 points between the sides, and at least 15 of those have come from threes that Longford just haven't had. And that's an opportunity missed for Selena McMahon. But Emer Dooley's struggling to get up court. She does have Aisling Green waiting. She took a big bump there again, Dooley. That's her second time on the canvas today. 5:40 left in the third. And not for the first time in this game, Emer Dooley has literally run into a brick wall of Oblate Dynamos. Of course, there's that great joke back from the Snickers ad where she thinks she's Batman. Halloween weekend, plenty of time to dress up as Batman. But she's going to take a seat for now. And it's Ciara Carney who'll come in, albeit on 3 fouls. But Dooley and Carney are both on 3 fouls now. That could cause problems later in the game. Black tried to step back in for the 3. It's with McKenna now. Took that one over the top. And that won't do anything for the shot clock because it didn't hit the rim. Selena McMahon raises the eyes to heaven. Either that or she's just checking out the LED lights here at the arena. In the guard position for Longford Falcons is Sarah Madden, with Michelle Hannafy for support, and a 3-point attempt for Ciara Carney. And that's Carney calling for the options. She wants people to want the ball, that's for sure. And there's just never a red uniform far away from Longford Falcons as they try and do what they want. But that's a strong opportunity inside. And it's earned Longford Falcons a chance to go to the one place where they've had a bit of solace today, the free throw line. A half decent return from there. Two from 2 for Ciara Carney makes it Oblate Dynamos 36, Longford Falcons 17. And Keach responds in kind. Aisling Green. And Oblate Dynamos hit the 40 mark, prompting a timeout. Q3, there's 3:51 left to go, and it's Falcons who call the timeout. In a little bit of trouble here at the arena. No sign of Mary Claire Stakelum arriving on the horizon. Right. There's the guts of 13 minutes of basketball left in this game. Let's see what's going to happen with it. Longford Falcons. Bounce pass attempt from Adele Larkin. Doesn't find any way past Selena McMahon. A cluster of bodies in there looking for the rebound, and a good score from play for Ciara Carney. It's back with Oblate Dynamos and Alison Keach. She finds Samantha Massey. Massey might try and go herself, can't get away around Adele Larkin. It's back, ball turned over, and with Longford Falcons. Aisling Green has Vonik, takes the bump. Got the charge called against her. And this is part of the evolution of a team trying to adjust to life in the National League. To know when to step on the gas, to know when to apply the physicality. And Dynamos have the know-how at this point just to stand their ground. Good defensive setup here, and still plenty of effort. This Longford team does want to go to work. And it was any one of three players who were trying to get out to Samantha Massey, but it looks like it wasn't going to stop her from making it 42-19 now. And Ciara Carney was wise to the fact that one was going straight over the top. It's Sarah Madden looking to beat the shot clock, and she does. But it doesn't stop 5 red jerseys from advancing down to the part of the court where they want to be. Keach inside. Foul called. Shannon Farrell picking up a trip to the line for her troubles. And Longford Falcons now have 3 players on 3 fouls. Aisling Green, Emer Dooley, and Ciara Carney. And Emer's obviously had to have a bit of a sit down after a hefty looking bang earlier on. Shannon Whelan. Thought about Keach, went for Farrell. This is Massey. Sorry, that's Vonik, excuse me. This is Massey. Good defense there from Aisling Green and Co. And they've got another stop. And this is where it needs to start, I guess you could say, for Longford Falcons. But Shannon Whelan has snuck in there and made a count, and Samantha Massey will settle. Farrell will drive. Farrell has just injected a little bit of urgency into the play of Oblate Dynamos. She wants to kick on. She makes it 43-19. And there's just a minute and a half to go in the third. Here's Kearney for Adele Larkin. Out to Sarah Madden. Back inside for Larkin. And Adele Larkin will give Longford Falcons the chance to break the 20-point mark. That one was in and out, and in and out and in again. Samantha Massey for Oblate Dynamos. Tried to find Farrell, but there were 3 blue shirts in the way. It was just the one shirt in the way there, and it was Yasmin Vonix, and she finds Massey. Whelan misses it, but it's back with Vonik for Farrell, who says, settle petal, we've still got time. There's 13 left in the shot clock and 50 left in the quarter. Will Keach get turned? No. She travelled en route to trying to find Massey lurking on the 3-point line. And the press is on again for Longford Falcons. Aisling Green has to be... And we had the foot out of bounds there. Just about. It was a mid-air catch, but she landed out of bounds. It was unfortunate. 40 seconds to go now. Massey with the gooseneck. Collision in there. Now it's getting scrappy with 2 players on the deck, and it's a blue ball. 23 seconds to go. And that's good smart thinking from Aisling Green, who finds Michelle Hannafy, who finds Ciara Carney. That's a good basket there for Longford Falcons. Still double scores, 44-22. There's 5 seconds left. This will be the last shot of the quarter. If it goes up, and it does, from Keach. So, end of Q3, Oblate Dynamos 46, Longford Falcons 22. And it's a scoring opening effort from Oblate Dynamos. 48-22 now. A deep 2. Good response from Longford Falcons. Oh, big bang there for Samantha Massey, but she's tracking back nonetheless. Emer Dooley's back in the game for Longford Falcons. Seems refreshed. May not think she's Batman anymore. And working hard to keep the ball out of the way there is Ciara Carney. Certainly out of harm's way. And just that hesitation there from Sarah Madden. Looks like she might have done with a little bit more support there. At least she certainly felt that way. And Keach will chuck those up all day. She's been very effective in this game. Efficient too. That's the 50-point mark for Oblate Dynamos. Dooley for Hannafy. Vonik applies the pressure. Short on options there she was. That's a good score for Ciara Carney. Her team needed it. This is Massey with a 20-point lead that she'd like to hang on to. Here's Sarah Madden for Adele Larkin. And both Shannon Farrell and Sharon Whelan sprung out to meet her. I think it was more a clothesline rather than a screen she needed by way of protection. Here's Sharon Whelan. That was a bit too easy for Whelan. Well, she certainly would have felt that way, but we're back out to double scores. 52 plays 26. Seriously though, how good do those refs look? Huh? Not a pick on him. $7:37 to go in the fourth quarter. Samantha Massey. And that screen from Farrell worked a dream, but Massey couldn't make the shot count, and the rebound is grabbed from Michelle Hannafy for Emer Dooley. Ruck formed. Possession blue. Declan King is down below us here on MC duties. I'm not too sure if you can see him or not. He is rocking the pink shirt though. Not the only one to be rocking the pink shirt. Martin Conroy of the Women's National League Committee, of course, are bringing this event to you here today. And he's up in the next game for ITC basketball. That game will be tipping off at 1:30. Seven minutes to go in this game. Massey for Keach. That looked like almost like a shot fake there from Yasmin Vonik. And some of that frustration is just coming through in Longford Falcons play now. They may just be looking to write this one off as a bad day at the office at this stage. But they're facing a serious Dynamo side at the same time. Interesting that Dynamos were defeated on the opening day of the season on their home patch. They lost to the new team, Ulster Rockets. Great score there for Sharon Whelan of Oblate Dynamos. But we thought there may have been a power shift in Women's Division 1. Dynamos had said at that point, under their head coach Breda Dick, well, oh, lovely score there. Adele Larkin for Longford Falcons. But Breda Dick had said, look, there's no point going in National League if we're not going to try and go all the way to the Premier League. That's what we're here for. That's what we took a year out to do, is to work on development. And so they did, and so they came in round one and they beat Oblate Dynamos in their home patch, and you're thinking, hang on a minute. This is a Dynamos side that beat Panthers in the playoff final last year. They got to a National Cup final last year. What's the story? Well, unusually in terms of fixtures, the return leg was just a couple of weeks later, and Dynamos pretty much returned the favour on Ulster Rockets, who were without their top scorer, it must be said. But that said, I think Dynamos are doing what they need to do in this league. Now, maybe the power shift is somewhere else. NUIG Mystics are what, 4-0, 5-0? They're certainly undefeated, with some pretty major additions in the off-season. Their American, Marita Gilcrease, a serious addition. And just the small manner of Michelle Fahy and Siobhan Kilkenny into the mix. Michelle, of course, only this summer involved with the Women's Premier League select team. Siobhan Kilkenny, also this summer inducted into her alma mater's Hall of Fame in Manhattan. And that's a score from the line for Longford Falcons. It makes it 54-29 with 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter and the game. Emer Dooley calls the play. Rena Devlin moves into position. Adele Larkin takes control. And Dooley gets it back. And again, she'll come away feeling like she should have gotten something out of this. But it's Dynamos who respond, although there was a travel call there on Shannon Farrell. Devlin nearly left that one after her. Did get it back for Aisling Green. And they've just opted to leave Ciara Carney on the floor. Ciara's on 4 fouls for Longford Falcons. But I guess the risk just isn't all that great at this point with 25 points between the sides. Looks like Katie Black was off for a jog there, but she's back and she's joined us. And she's on the ball. And she finds Katie Maloney. And Katie Maloney finds Katie Black. And Katie Black finds Selena McMahon. And it ends up with Massey and all the way back to Black. And it's back for the drive from Katie Maloney. But it is Selena McMahon who finds herself at the free throw line. That's a 4th foul as well for Aisling Green. Back in action through Rena Devlin. hands in from Katie Maloney, but legally so. Nice pass inside, good improvisation from Longford Falcons, and a great basket there for Adele Larkin. I think when Dooley was calling it, that's the play she was trying to make happen. She managed to do so. 3:47 to go. And that's another 3-pointer for Oblate Dynamos. And that pass was going to be absolutely pinpoint for it to count. So there's 3:23 to go. Coming up next, Team Garvey's Tralee against ITC Basketball. That's up at 1:30. Kira Carney will shoot for 2. Now she'll still juggle the ball left and right and give it those last 3 short bounces. Well, it doesn't matter if they go in or not, you still have to trust the routine. Busy weekend at the National Basketball Arena. Of course, it was a packed house last night for the International Caps presentation. There will be photographs and video available from that. And Adele Larkin has been a bit of a leading light for Longford Falcons today. Georgina McKenna spins around. And Emer Dooley will move to 4 fouls, it would seem. To become the 3rd Longford player to do so. So can Longford Falcons inject some positivity into this 4th quarter and just give them something to remember as they head into the next league campaign? Well, they can if they can keep sharp on that. That's a good duck inside from Devlin. She'll look for Kate O'Boyle, but the pass just didn't come off. It's just under 2 minutes to go now. It's Katie Maloney. It's opening up for Kate O'Boyle, but it's back for Larkin. Gets a second chance and takes it. And Sparkin Larkin keeps on trucking for Longford Falcons. 1:23 to go. The score is 57-35. McKenna has a think about the three. Cuts inside to 12 feet. Dooley through the half-court line. Oh dear. And that's... Oh, I thought it was Dooley in trouble there, but the foul was called on Kate O'Boyle. Just a fifth foul reprieve there for Emer Dooley. It's flung in by Katie Black. And all credit to Ciara Carney. Anytime she's been backed off in that position, she's made it count. It's really excellent mid-range shooting from Carney today. She just needed a little bit more help in that. Devlin just needed a little bit more pep in her step to get to that, but it is late in the game. There's just 20 seconds to go. And Katie Black finishes this game as she started it with a three-pointer. Takes Oblate to the 60 mark. There will be one last chance for Longford Falcons. There will. But that's the ball game. Final score at the pink weekend here at the National Basketball Arena. The first game of 8 here is in a Women's Division 1. And the final score is Longford Falcons 37, Oblate Dynamos 60 points. If you're watching this game live, a reminder you'll be able to catch it full and on demand on the Basketball Ireland Game Zone. And we'll keep you up to date on all the action throughout the day. But thanks for watching.